Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Rabbit Hole podcast. I am your host, CSD Fantasy. Hello, Fantasy Faithfuls, and welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Rabbit Hole podcast. My name is CSD Fantasy, and I'm flanked by the one and only Nick Faber and the Coin Master, Matt Williams. How are y'all doing today?
Finger pistols, that's how I'm doing.
Man, he's the double finger guns.
He jumped in before Nick and with a smile and finger guns. This must
a legitimate sporting event, kind of, if has happening tomorrow. One that matters live. It's going to be fantastic.
Matt's got a different angle and a different look at life right now.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Mind blown. And for everybody listening, Matt is actually zoomed out and you can see more than just his face today, which is pretty incredible.
You can see both doors and my microphone, and whatever's blocking the microphone is blocking. So
it looks good.
I thought he'd moved first. I'm like, he must have moved.
Bought a new house.
Yeah, he's like, frick it, Corona money. Stimulus check just bought a whole new house.
Have you guys got and/or spent your stimulus check? Because I have done both. I easily got that and then easily spent it within 48 hours. It was great.
Now we're boring, responsible people who put it in a savings account in case there's bills that we need to pay down the road.
No way.
Same here.
We're awful.
Just right into savings, paid off some minor credit card bill.
I would like to say that like I went and spent this money on like a PS4 or a new video game or new shoes or new clothes. I spent it, but it was definitely on like house. It was a new
curtain rods,
a new shower head, 4 tiles,
command strips. Yeah.
Nothing that is exciting. I did.
By the way, command strips suck.
Yeah, terrible.
They do not work. They're the worst.
The worst. I will say real quick, though, with my stimulus check, the one good thing I did by myself and my family, me, my wife, and my kid all got the same matching pair of Sambas. If we're familiar with what Sambas are, either of us?
No.
They're the indoor soccer shoes from Adidas. They're all black with the white little 3 stripes. Sambas, look them up. They're the best shoe on earth.
Playing indoor soccer at home?
I'm ready. I'm just, you can never be too prepared.
Which I didn't know what a soccer shoe was. That's a little embarrassing.
Look up the word.
Really?
Yeah,
I need this to either have the pod name on it or like Prize Picks or something. I feel like I need some kind of logo.
I'll fix some merch with the stimulus check.
I feel like you're gonna get High Life to sponsor us, and I'll be good to go. You know,
we're definitely not getting a sponsorship from Command Strips though. Matt just like killed them here.
Oh, awful! The fantasy rabbit hole. We need the treasure cat, or not the treasure cat, the white rabbit, like wearing like a football helmet, like something like that. That would be perfect. Considering I'm always late, it kind of works.
I'll see what I can do, but I do want to say so Nick doesn't feel bad. With the new promotion at work for me, I did buy an Xbox and a new TV. So that wasn't stimulus money. That was just like, oh, you got raised, spend it.
Yeah.
I've never had money like with me and my wife going through like immigration processes and stuff like that. We've never had any like money to spare. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I can actually buy something.
You're a loophole hypocrite. Because you didn't spend your stimulus money, you spent your money and then replaced it with the stimulus money. Better known as spending the stimulus money.
Anyone who says, "Oh, what'd you do with your stimulus?" Oh, I saved it.
Saved it all. I saved it all. Didn't touch it. Did not touch it. And if you look up where I'm from, it's hilarious. Where I'm from, it's a stereotype back home that we're cheap. And there's 2 other guys here in Atlanta who come from roughly the same area. And all of us, like when we get together, what we talk about is how frivolous these Americans are. Oh my, I can't believe how much money they spend. And we're like, the stereotype really is true. We're all just a bunch of cheap skates. Save all the money. But you know what team isn't cheap? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's head into the news. Because they have spent a 4th round pick on Robert freaking Gronkowski. I don't know if his name is Robert.
Rob
Gronkowski.
I never heard that one before. The current WWE 24/7 champion, Rob Gronkowski.
I mean, holy crap. Holy crap.
Very bad trade.
For whom?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fantastic trade for New England.
Yes.
They got a 4th-round pick for a player that was not playing for them.
Agreed. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, they really, really hate O.J. Howard. I really thought that this trade was going to – I mean, it came out of nowhere, right? Earlier in the day, Rob Gronkowski thought about coming back, and then all of a sudden he's traded. I thought O.J. Howard would be going back to New England. Kind of shocked he's not. I'm kind of shocked he's still there now. I thought the best time to move him would be pre-draft. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. They have 3 capable tight ends down there. Obviously, Arians hates one of them. But it just surprised me a little bit. Obviously, they brought Tom Brady, and that's what he wanted. He also wants Antonio Brown, but you can't give the guy everything he wants.
Yeah, but so I wouldn't be surprised if they have 2 good tight ends for Brady, but they can't have all 3. And Evans and Godwin. None is going to be good for fantasy all of a sudden. Nobody. Except Tom Brady. I think he gets a little boost because now he has 5 targets that are really good.
I would assume Gronkowski will get priced out of being back because he'll probably have. He says he's coming in 15 pounds under his normal playing weight, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Could be bad, but if he gets the love that people are hoping, he's probably going to be priced out of being worth drafting anyway, right?
Right.
There's going to be one enthusiastic person in every draft that's going to overdraft him. Yeah. I mean, maybe Cameron Brate if they do trade O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate maybe becomes a screaming value because if he's going to come in 15 pounds underweight, Gronk, you'd assume with his history anyway, he probably gets dinged at some point, and Brate maybe becomes an even better value if Howard is out the door, but we'll have to see.
But I think he's going to be limited, Gronk. You saw that he was at his best when he had 1 week off in the playoffs last time he played. I think he's going to be limited. He's not going to be used, 80% of the snaps every week. I don't think they need that either on the offensive side.
I was more speaking to who I'd have interest in drafting. I would assume someone will draft Gronk way above where his value is. I would maybe take a shot. I mean, Brady would interest me. I would maybe take a shot on Brate as a maybe final round guy, depending on depth. Just because, weeks off or not, Gronkowski gets hurt.
Same thing with Brady, though. He's going to be overdrafted because someone's going to be extremely overzealous. Same with Rob Gronkowski. Neither of them are going to be drafted by me. If they fall to the position, the round that they should be in, then I'll gladly take them. You say they hate O.J. Howard, but damn, they don't want to get rid of him. As much as they hate him, it's like whatever you do, you can't get rid of him. There's been multiple offers for years now in the last couple of years, and the ownership just loves O.J. Howard. And I don't know if it's because they are too scared to say they messed up with their first round pick in 2017, I think it was 16. But for some reason, as much as they hate him, they love him.
They had that deal publicly on the board for trading him to Washington straight up for Trent Williams, and that would have been pretty badass. But he'll probably be on the move too before tomorrow's draft. It looks like they maybe Cleveland.
I would assume so.
This team's like that.
But man, we'll see. But I don't know. I mean, it's exciting. I hope it works out. Tampa Bay could be amazing. It's just like Houston. If everyone's on the field and they somehow make it work, it could be pretty amazing.
Yeah, but so if O.J. Howard does get traded, what team would, knowing
New England?
Yeah,
that would be a good destination.
Seems like that's ideal. I don't know how it didn't go down, but
everyone keeps trying to ship him to Green Bay, but they won't have the money to do it. Not even a matter of everyone just dings Green Bay for never using the tight end. They don't typically have one worth using. When Jared Cook was there, they did utilize him a little bit. I mean, OJ coming there would be great. They just don't have the money to make that happen especially after the draft. So I don't. Yeah.
I think they believe, and I know you always, every time I bring this up, you bring up their third stringer, but I believe they believe in Jace Sternberger. Ooh, I'm shaking my computer.
Yeah, for some reason, everyone is mocking a tight end to Green Bay in the third round of this draft too. So I don't know if
you get Harrison Bryant, you get yourself like Cole Kmet. If you can get one of those in the third round, I think it's a bad thing. But they spent a third rounder or a second rounder on Jace last year. I doubt they double down.
I think a third. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their plans would be, but that's just a popular place people want to send Howard. And I'm just saying I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get him to Dallas, right?
But I was just we had Nicholas Caron here in the chat saying Dallas too, but they just spent a lot of money on Blake Jarvin. I'm not a huge Jarvin believer, but
no one I feel is a Blake Jarvin believer except for Jerry Jones, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like they're in love with him.
I got more faith in O'Shaughnessy in Jacksonville with Gardner Minshew than I do with Jarwin in Dallas. Like,
why don't we send OJ up to the Giants?
O'Shag Hennessy?
O'Shag, exactly, man. Patches Houlihan over here.
Send OJ up to New York. Aren't they gonna? Isn't there some kind of weird stuff? San Francisco's trying to go all double tight end, go Kittle Ingram.
We all talked about, but I don't think that's happening. I don't think that, I think that came out right after we had a conversation about Ingram and how I was just didn't love him in New York, and then that comes out. I just don't think that's going to happen, right?
That would be interesting though, because then if he can be like a slot receiver in San Francisco, and then put OJ up with Daniel Jones, it could work out for everybody.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, everybody lives happily ever after.
Except for Derek Carr.
What about the Colts? I know they have Jack Doyle, but
they just signed what's his name, didn't they?
But that's his exact name, I believe. What's
Trey
his
Burton.
name?
Trey Burton.
Oh shit, yeah. From
that is
Chicago after the Eagles.
That is his name, though. Is what's his name?
What's his name? Trey Burton. He's been terrible.
Yeah, terrible. I don't think the Colts.
This moves the needle all the way from here to like here.
What Phillip Rivers throwing the ball over there? Like, come on, like no. That's
although remember how good Trey Burton was supposed to be? It really wouldn't shock me if they came out of the woodwork. Phillip Rivers had one more year of semi-relevance, and Trey Burton put on a little bit of a show there because Ty can't stay on the field, and they got to throw the ball to somebody. So I know we made fun of him, but getting out of Chicago and going to Indy, I think he becomes draftable at the very end.
I still think Doyle is better.
Yeah,
yeah. But I think they'll use them both.
Who would you rather draft at that point? OJ Howard in Indy or Eric Ebron in Pittsburgh?
Oh, never Eric Ebron again. I'll rather cut off my.
He was leading in touchdowns.
I don't care. Don't care.
I would take a shot on Burton because remember Doyle and Ebron were being drafted. I think it'll be the same thing with Doyle and Burton. I'm not saying I'd be excited about it.
Andrew Luck at quarterback, not with.
No, I know, but it was more. It also had to do with how they were going to use him. I think it's not like I'm excited about it, but I think he's one of those guys at the end of the draft.
Trey Burton gets reunited with Frank Reich. They know each other. So
we'll see
OJ Howard to Arizona.
I love a tight end to Arizona. I've been preaching it since we did our tight end show.
Yeah.
I like Arizona to get a nice tight end. I don't think
that'd be a nice spot. That'd be a nice spot.
Guys, we're like talking about like why like OJ Howard goes to this team and becomes like a top 10 tight end or something. OJ Howard what if we think about this? He's not good.
Oh, he is.
Stats back up that he is good.
Yeah, stats. Exactly. The stats are like he has the best yards per catch since 92.
That the quarterbacks, Fitzpatrick and Winston, just couldn't get the ball to him? Or is it that he just flashes so much that he's super inconsistent, and that's exactly what we tell people not to draft.
But a tight end, you don't have much choice. You kind of like, I'm not saying spend a fourth round pick on him.
It seems like go ahead.
But it's not a matter of him dropping a lot of balls either. They're just not scheming for him. They're not targeting him at all. So it's weird.
Yep.
So it's like it's hard to fathom. I mean, it was Arians. I always say he hates OJ Howard. He keeps bringing up publicly that he has bad work ethic and he doesn't want it. But we don't know what that means. We're not at practice. Like, what does that mean? He obviously is just trying not to involve him. And I don't know what that means. Like, if that would change with a change of scenery, I don't know. So that's why it's hard. But the talent is there. I guess we don't know the negative. That's right. We're like, there's a negative, but we actually can't pinpoint what the hell it is.
I just think even with OJ Howard going to a new team, there's 15 tight ends I would draft before him easily, and Gronk being one of them.
Hold on, Burton?
No.
No.
Howard.
Oh, Howard?
Yeah. How? I thought you were saying
if Howard went to Arizona, there's no way. I bet you anything. There's no way if that actually happened, you take Gronk ahead of OJ. Once he's there, and then the hype set in for a month.
The thing about Arizona was before they had Nuke. Once they got Nuke, honestly, I would not be in love with the tight end going to Arizona. There is Nuke, Kirk, and Fitz. Plus, you have Chase Edmonds and Kenyon Drake. No, I wouldn't love a tight end there in any way, shape, or form. The big thing is, like, if you went to Dallas, I could see Houston. I could see, like, those two maybe. But honestly, OJ Howard, no, I'd rather have Hayden Hurst in front of him. Like, I would rather have – I don't have a list in front of me. I'm very –
Hayden Hurst is good, though. But last team, how highly would you rank him if he went to the Bears?
About -10.
Negative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Somewhere in the bottom 87.
If Nick Foles starts week one, tight end position becomes a little bit more enticing.
Yeah. It's from -87 to a good -17.
Yeah.
Big, which is big 70 spot push.
It's pretty darn good, I would say. It's a pretty big jump. And a big jump is going from Gronk to OJ Howard down the rabbit hole all the way to the NFL draft to this week's topic. Do it. This weekly topic is, of course, the NFL draft. We got down a tight end rabbit hole like we usually do here on the show, but we want to focus on the draft as much as possible and start. How long did it take us to get to? About 16, 17 minutes to get to the weekly topic. That's pretty good.
You guys are talking about this OJ Howard thing, and it gets me kind of irked. I just don't feel it. But anyways, let's go on. Talk about the draft.
You still want to talk about
I do. OJ Howard. I'll sit here and talk about him all day. Would you rather draft Dallas Goedert or OJ Howard?
Where's OJ Howard again?
I don't know. Let's put him somewhere. Put him at the Bears.
No, put him in Arizona because it's fun.
All right, Arizona. So he's in Arizona. Goddard or Howard in Arizona?
Howard.
I'll go
Goddard.
And
I would definitely need to draft another tight end. But I would take a shot on Howard. I'd pair him with Gesicki or something.
Yeah, 3 more. So the next one, Mike Gesicki or OJ Howard. Choice on you. You need a tight end. Last pick.
I need to know who the quarterback is in Miami before.
Yes, I need to know that.
Draft is right now, boys. Right now.
Yeah, so who's going to the Bengals?
I don't know. Let's pick it.
Are we going one at a time? How are we doing this? Are we doing it together?
I feel like we're doing it together. Tiebreaker, 2 against 1. And Nick always loses, even if he's in the 2.
Yeah.
All right.
No matter what.
If I'm on the one side, I'll ask the chat if I'm being outvoted.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I don't like this.
I'm sneaky like that.
Conspiracy.
All right. Do we even need to do pick one?
No, Burrow.
Didn't they actually already tell Burrow he was going number 1? Didn't I read that report?
Ooh, I did not see that. So
I think I saw it this morning. The Bengals already told him he was picked.
Even the chat is just saying Burrow as well. So
yeah, that's I think that's actually official.
What's up? I'm gonna in the chat.
I'm gonna go ahead and click Derek Brown to Joe Burrow to the Cincinnati Bengals. Redskins is on the clock.
I think there's no way they trade this pick. I think they would be stupid to pass on Chase Young, and I don't think they will.
I have been saying it since January. I do think they trade this pick, but if we're not doing trades in this pick, Chase Young for sure, easily.
Yeah, I think they should trade down, but I don't think they would.
Now, Detroit, I think there's like a 80% chance they trade this pick now.
Yeah, let's focus on Detroit instead. Let's go Chase Young to the Redskins, all aboard.
Yeah.
The pick that we've been talking probably the most about this offseason here on the show, and not just because Nick is a huge Lions fan, but because it is the most interesting pick. I think it's definitely the most interesting pick out there. Will they trade this? And I'm going to give a small edge to Nick to take the lead on this one. And when I say small, I mean huge, because he is the dedicated Lions guru.
Yeah, we just did a mock draft yesterday on the Lions Ball podcast. I do. I definitely think we trade this pick. Okay, let me say that. I'm gonna correct myself. I definitely hope that we trade this pick. Do I think we do? I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of different things happening now that we have a virtual draft. I think that's gonna throw a lot of different, almost more hesitation into people wanting to trade. For some reason, I think people are just going to want to sit still, and there's not going to be as many trades as we think there will be. Do I think Detroit trades? If I had to put $100 down right now, honestly, I'd probably put it down on no. Do I want them to? Yes. I think we're just going to take Okudah or Simmons, no matter what, at 3 and not play the game. Because it seems like Miami wants to trade up but not give up their 5th pick, as there's been multiple reports coming out today. At that case, we would be getting the 18th pick, the 26th pick, and their second-round pick, which was like the 37-ish, something like that, 39 maybe. So we would get those 3 picks, and we would give them our 3. But all of a sudden, we drop from the 3rd pick to the 18th pick out of the top 15.
Terrible.
Like, that can't happen.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I think with that haul, though, 2 firsts and a second, I think that's worth it. I think that's a good haul.
I said in a tweet earlier that I wouldn't be mad if this happened, but it's not my first choice. It really isn't. If anything, I'd rather try to trade with Las Vegas and get 12 and 19 and maybe their 81st pick, and we give up our 85th pick and our 3rd pick. That's just going to trade up a little bit in the 3rd, and we still get 2 first rounds, but both of them in the top 20.
You want these 2, I think. These 2 are the ones that...
and 7 are the 3 that we want. I mean, 7, it doesn't seem like Bridgewater isn't going. I mean, they signed Bridgewater. I don't think Carolina's trading up or anyway. Los Angeles, Miami, those are the 2 teams. In all sense and purposes, yeah, I hope Detroit trades. But I mean, I've also been a huge advocate that Detroit just needs to draft Tua. So yeah, I might be the wrong person to ask for this because in my personal opinion, we need to draft Tua.
Matt?
Well, I mean, it seems more and more like New England or Miami doesn't have to trade up for Tua because it doesn't seem like San Diego is sold on giving up anything to pick between him and Justin. So I think that Miami, like you said, I think he can move to, they want to move to 3 to take an offensive tackle and jump in front of the Giants, who are definitely taking one. So yeah, I think that it's 50-50 that happens. So with at least Miami doing that. And then there's obviously other teams that could theoretically jump in front of both San Diego and Miami to get a quarterback. But I don't know. I think they do trade this pick just because there's so many weird things that can go on and you don't know who's looking at what. But yeah, I would say that if Detroit if Detroit does keep this pick, it gets kind of boring for a while, maybe all the way up until San Francisco picks. So I will say they trade it, but I don't know. It's 2 up in the air. Well, I probably will side with Nick here for the mock draft and go with Jeffrey Okudah. If I had gun to my head, I'd probably just go Okudah because trades are obviously very iffy.
If I'm like, I don't know what we're trying to do here. I don't know if we're trying to guess what's going to happen or just what we think should happen. If we're guessing, I'll definitely say Okudah.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think they were trying to find takers for this pick and kind of struggled with it to get good value, and then are going to go with, we're going to go with our guy, and that guy is Okudah. And I think that's what they're doing. It's a little weird to trade away Slay and like, oh, let's make this position terrible and then draft for it to improve and get, you know. But I think that's what they're doing.
Here's the thing: if I'm Miami, I'll trade my 5 to get the 3. If you really want that offensive tackle, like if you're not sold between Herbert and Tua, trade the 5, get to the 3. You hop over the Giants, take the offensive tackle you want. You move back to your next pick, which is what, 15, 17?
I think it's 8 and 26. Right.
If Tua goes to San Diego, I'm not sure there's another team that's going to pick a quarterback aggressively. They might just have Justin fall into their lap with their next pick. It might be worth the gamble.
I guess I could see that. I would more think Jordan Love falls to him because I feel like Jacksonville would make.
They could, but they also have other draft capital where they could take that second pick and move up again.
But who are the Lions picking though? I think they're going Okudah. Are you old?
Yeah. If they keep the pick, I'd be shocked if they go another direction, right?
Yeah, let's pick Okudah and assume. And this is why it's so interesting with this draft because most times you would like, oh, who's gonna go up for the Giants? Miami can just sit there, like we said, because we know that the Giants aren't picking a quarterback.
Well, we don't know the Giants aren't going to trade away to Los Angeles or Jacksonville or Carolina even or someone like that.
Yeah, but if they're not sold on, I mean, if Miami is like, oh, we're okay with either of these 2 quarterbacks, they can just sit there and be like, haha, what you gonna do now?
And you get 3 picks, you get your quarterback, it doesn't matter. I think the Herbert, though, all the offseason Herbert was mentioned. Miami likes him more. I think it's all smokescreen. They want Tua. They'll do whatever they have to do to get Tua.
I think both teams maybe slightly like Tua, but aren't willing to move up to make sure it happens. That kind of thing. But I do think the Giants take offensive tackle. I don't think they trade.
Same.
I think there's like a 3 offensive tackle group that's kind of elite, and then it really drops off 4. Yeah. So I think they'll take the guy that they want at 4 and protect Daniel Jones. I think that's the way they go.
Agree.
Who do you have here then? Because I have Jedrick Wills from Alabama.
Yeah, I think Wills is the guy. I know some people have Tristan Wirfs going here. I think he slips further down. I think Wills is their dude.
I mean, Andrew Thomas was the main guy. Andrew Thomas was the early offensive tackle coming out. He was the who did Bengals draft last year? Josiah Williams? Is that right? I don't know. He was the guy. Jonah Williams. Thank you. He was the number 1 guy. And then all of a sudden he fell back because he got injured. I think Andrew Thomas was the number 1 guy, but due to like just the off season and people sway and everything, Jedrick Wills ended up coming up. I truly think Tristan Wirfs is the best out of all these. If you ever have a chance to draft an Iowa offensive lineman, that's who you got to go with. Like, there is no debate. It doesn't matter. Get an Iowa offensive lineman. Those boys are bred country strong. However, do I think the Giants draft Wirfs or Andrew Thomas? No. I think they'll go with Jedrick Wills as well.
Yeah, Wills, all 3 of us. Perfect. Yep. So Jedrick Wills from Alabama to the New York Giants. And then we have the Dolphins on the clock. And we do have a couple of comments here from the chat with TTV saying that the Dolphins, he thinks the Dolphins are going Herbert. He thinks they're sold on Herbert over Tua. And I think we're going back all the way back to the organic fish tank. Let's just tank the shit out of this season because we want Tua. That was the plan. That was the plan all along. And I think the closer we get to the draft, the more they're going to go back to that. We were in love with Tua. He was our guy. Let's go and grab him. We have the opportunity to pick him right now, even though he got hurt. There's been all this talk. Oh, they're not into Tua as much as people think. I think they are. I think it's all just been a smokescreen, and that they're going to go with Tua.
Absolutely going with Tua. There is no doubt about it. Herbert's a smokescreen. They think Tua's better than Burrow. Miami wants Tua 100%. It's easy.
I don't think it's a slam dunk. Just because you don't know what their medical team sees, and we don't know if they're a team that wants to strike the lottery or just doesn't want to fail, because it seems like it more and more. It seems like closer. I think they take Tua. I do, but if they didn't, it wouldn't shock me. I don't think it'd be any kind of big shock here.
I would be pretty shocked if Miami doesn't land Tua this draft. They have everything set up for it. That's been the plan since game 1. That's like that's your post-it note on your laptop. Get them no matter what.
Yeah, I can't even remember what is it? It's Black Panther, no matter what.
His name's Mac. What's his name?
What?
In draft day, what's the guy's name? Something Mac.
Vontae Mack. No matter what, yeah.
But isn't that Black Panther?
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
But this is the thing where it being a weird year, they're investing such a big pick into your team's future, and Miami is loaded to like really set themselves up this year. They have so many picks. You can't strike out, and the thing is, you haven't been able to talk to this guy in person. You haven't been able to do workouts in person. It's such a big deal for a guy like him to have seen him. So I do think they're taking Tua. Like I said, it's such a weird year for a guy like him where you're kind of literally going a little too blind faithy, where I can see him dropping. I could see something weird happening. I don't think it will, but it wouldn't shock me just because it's weird circumstances for the guy. You're taking a real shot, and you have not had an opportunity to let your doctors like get up close and personal like they really would love to.
That's why Detroit's not going to trade that pick, because you can wait on him.
And that's it was fun that you said that he would fall deeper, because Travis here in the chat says, what if I tell you that Tua falls like Rodgers did? I don't see that. I think he's
Herbert, maybe. Herbert could fall like Locke did.
I don't think so either. I think these two picks are locks.
It's funny. Everyone has the Chargers as a lock, and and it seems like it's gonna because no one's against that. But I mean, I don't think it needs to be for them. I think they're good enough where they can go take Derek Brown or Isaiah Simmons or whatever. Just beef up that defense even more than it is, and take another guy later.
They can take Love or Jalen Hurts in the second or third. That's what they're not going to sit there and spend. Just like the Broncos, we all knew they had Flacco last year. They needed Drew Lock, but they could just sit and wait.
For the record, I'm saying Justin Herbert, but I think it's kind of stupid.
But are we going? We're going to
Tua for the Miami, Herbert
Miami.
to Los Angeles.
Herbert to Chargers.
We're that fast on Herbert to Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem like they're taking one of the two, right? Foregone conclusion.
They sure as fuck ain't starting Tyrod Taylor in week 1. So.
I know the NFL mock drafts are like the percentage of people getting them right are like low, but I don't think I've seen a single person mock anyone but one of those two quarterbacks to the Chargers. It's hard to go against that.
Let's do something out of the blue here then, and just go with something so we can be different. No.
I mean, sure. They could use all of them, but.
Nah, I think it's going to be Herbert. I do.
It'll be Herbert.
Yeah, it'll be Herbert.
We got Melo joining the chat. He's saying, hi, Nick.
Hey, Melo.
Justin Herbert to the Los Angeles Chargers. We got the Carolina Panthers on the clock. With the 7th pick, and I got defensive tackle Derek Brown to them. I feel like he fits what Matt Rule does. He want to build, not a foundation, maybe a foundation on ground up front, and Brown is a perfect talent for that one. And I will go with him, and I think he fits that team pretty well.
I'll jump in, I guess, real quick. I am not going to be surprised when Carolina drafts Jordan Love right here. I don't think they have that much faith in Bridgewater. They gave him starter money, but they gave him the extremely lowest end of starter money, 2 years, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not going to be surprised when they draft Jordan Love right now. I'm not going to be surprised in any way, shape, or form. However, of the people that we're seeing, Jordan Love probably won't be drafted here, because we're doing a mock draft. Instead of Derek Brown, I think they go Isaiah Simmons. You just lost your Luke Kuechly, your heart and soul of this team. Your linebacking core is depleted now because Kuechly had that much, around him. Give me Isaiah Simmons to Carolina. So Matt, I'll let you decide.
No, I agree. I think they go Simmons to replace. I mean, it's a perfect lineup for if they went with Brown, it wouldn't shock me. That would be a fantastic pick. I just think it lined up perfectly for Luke retiring. They get to replace him immediately with a big difference maker in Isaiah Simmons for linebacker. So that's who I assume they're taking. I'm actually pretty confident that's the direction they go, actually.
And the chat agrees with Travis saying they replace Luke with Isaiah Simmons. That name has always been super difficult for me to say, so I'm just going to call him Simmons. And I'll concede on this one. The Cardinals. I had Simmons going to the Cardinals actually, and I did not have a backup for that one. So. Go ahead.
I actually think they go O-line here. I think they can go. Obviously, there's a couple directions. I don't know where they would be going. But assuming that Wills does go to the Giants, I'd say Tristan Wirfs. This is a good spot for him. Protect their main asset at quarterback. I think Wirfs is a good fit here, and I think Arizona would go O-line.
I think that Steve Klein knows that Iowa offensive lineman is the best of the best. He'll absolutely go Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, so y'all okay? I just looked at my notes, and my second pick to the Cardinals was Derek Brown. So even my second pick was wrong.
Derek Brown's a monster. I honestly hope Detroit drafts him, but just predicting, I think they have to keep that offense. They're more worried about keeping Kyler upright than they are.
I do think Derek Brown will be maybe the steal of the draft. As not looking ahead, but I have him going next pick.
Here's the thing. It was the same thing. Ed Oliver should have been the third pick last year. Mm-hmm. It should have went Nick Bosa and then Ed Oliver. Who is number one? Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, Nick Bosa, Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver dropped. Josh Allen should have been right up there. He dropped. Ed Oliver goes to Detroit at 8, but they skip on him and he goes 9. That's what's going to happen to Derek Brown. And he's going to have a huge impactful season because inside defensive linemen don't give you a strong longevity, but they give you immediate impact quickly. That's why they fall a little bit.
So we have Tristan Wirth going to the Cardinals.
Yep.
Yes. And we have a couple of comments here in the chat before we get on to the 9th pick. Travis agreed with Iowa, go with the Iowa guy. Same with C. Mookie. Mello asked if you think Miami would trade up. We did not think they would trade up. And TTV says he's a Saints fan and he hates Brady and Gronk in the same conference. And comments as well that Cardinals may be offensive line, which we did go with, or potentially a running back. I definitely don't think they'll go a running back. I can't see them going a running back with a high pick like that.
I actually think there's a good chance no running back goes round 1.
Yeah, I'm probably.
I think there's going to be one. The question is, will 2 end up making it in?
It's so for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think this is Derek Brown's firewall, right? You know, they always have that person like no one thinks the top 3 wide receivers will make it past Denver. Like, you know, all 3 of them will be gone by then. I think Derek Brown, if he slips past where the other places where we think he could go, I don't think Jacksonville would pass up on him. So if he's still on the board, I would say Derek Brown to Jacksonville.
I think this is another team. I'm not going to be surprised when they draft Jordan Love. Jordan Love's going to go a lot earlier than anyone thinks. Predictive board, I think they have him at 28 in here. We're probably not going to get to him until the later end. We'll be talking about, is New Orleans or Green Bay going to get him to back up? Honestly, Jordan Love.
I would cry if that happened.
I
would hate that.
But anyways, I'm just saying Jacksonville, as much as they might love Gardner Minshew and we all might love the mustache mania, I'm not extremely sold on them. Right. But I also think that they've spent so much on defense over the last years in the first round that this year they switch it up. And let me just throw a loophole out here. As much as the offensive line would probably be a good pick for them, give me CeeDee Lamb to Jacksonville.
Whoa. That'd be cool. I actually agree with TJ in the chat. If Derek Brown is sitting there in this spot, I could see some people freaking salivating to trade up for this pick too.
That's true.
Because especially if they want a quarterback, or a lot of the people, Jacksonville could go a lot of different directions. So they're trading back makes a decent amount of sense. Mm-hmm. There's so many people like Derek Brown sitting there. Let's go get him.
Who would go and get him? San Francisco? No.
Shit, like literally any team would be happy to get him as far as fit.
What if Tampa? Vegas made the opportunity to go get Derek Brown? That would be something. And
I think Atlanta. Maybe?
But I think
although they probably are going to have one sitting there like maybe Kinlaw. They'll probably be happy. It's probably not worth it to them to move up. Although I would much rather have Derek Brown.
Derek Brown's a monster. He's a monster.
He is. I like Kinlaw a lot, but Derek Brown's a little bit of a different level for me.
He's almost I don't want to compare him to Sue, but he's very comparable to Sue.
Yeah.
It's widely talked about here in Atlanta that they're gonna trade up in Atlanta. So that's not totally out there, but I've mostly heard for CJ Henderson.
I saw one mock draft that had them trading up to take Okudah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard that too. It's mainly like cornerback is the main topic, even though like the pass rush has been terrible here. It's Henderson and Okudah.
Always believe the consensus. Go with your gut. It's more right than the damn experts that try to tell you what's going to happen. I guarantee it, dude.
So what are we doing in Jacksonville here?
I'm with y'all. I can't see if we're not doing a trade. They'll have to go with Derek Brown, right? Or I like Lamb too. I like that pick.
Pick it, Carl.
I think the best player is Derek Brown, and I think they're gonna stick with it. And like, holy shit, we got Derek Brown here. Perfect.
You got Josh Allen and Derek Brown on the same defensive line. That's fucking dirty. I don't care if you don't have Ramsey, AJ Boye. They ain't got no secondary no more. Yannick is trying to leave, but they got Josh Allen and Derek Brown.
And for the Browns, I mean, the consensus here is that it's going to be either 2 offensive tackle picks in a row for the Browns and the Jets, or that the Jets go wide receiver. But the Browns, all I've thought is offensive tackle.
I think they take who the third of the top 3, really. Thomas, Wirfs, are. Assuming that Wills will go earlier, but of those three, I think they just take whoever's left, right?
Yeah, and I think it's Thomas.
Yeah, probably Thomas.
It almost seems like this is a zig when everyone zags, though, because, like, I don't know, man. Every one of their mothers got them taking an offensive tackle.
They really need one, though. They really
do. It's like they're going to be like, nah, fuck everybody. Give me something random. I don't know. But, yeah, Andrew Thomas for me over Mekhi Becton for sure.
I like the Jets to skip Becton because I think they could really use a wide receiver. I'd love to see them go that direction.
Well, they have Quincy Enunwa and Jamison Crowder. Like, they have to get a receiver. But the question is, do you get CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy? Jeudy had that 2018 meniscus injury, and now there's a lot of reports that his stock is falling. So it seems like CeeDee Lamb is the number one wide receiver coming out this year.
Speaking as a meniscus guy myself, if that messes you up in a bad way, it will mess you up in a bad way. My knee's still and that was 10 years ago now, and it's still bothering me on a weekly basis.
But it didn't seem to hurt him too bad last year. He still did pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, I had my best scoring season in soccer the year after, and then it just went downhill.
No,
it went really quickly downhill.
Inside information.
Yeah, if you mess up the meniscus, it's weird, but it will mess you up real bad.
I tore my ACL, but I didn't touch the meniscus, luckily.
Yeah, so I'm with you on the CeeDee Lamb. I think they have to get some talent to Darnold. Come on, give him something.
Robbie was the only talent there was. So
I said I'd love to see them take CeeDee. It gun to my head, still taking Becton. I do think that's what they do. I don't think it's what they should do, but I think that is what they do.
New York's too much of a media city to do that. They're gonna go receiver for sure.
2 against 1.
CeeDee
Lamb sounds good.
CeeDee. It's a really cool name too.
There's
I like
no way
CeeDee
we get the rest of this draft in 19 minutes.
Guaranteed. Oh, we can. Let's hit 3 picks real quick here with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Jeudy,
and I think they're getting a receiver too.
Yeah,
Ruggs or Jeudy. I don't know. I'll be surprised to see them not take Ruggs. He's fast, and they got Hill in that division. They want to match him.
Ruggs.
Hey, I don't know. It's up to you, man. 1-on-1, 1v1.
I'm going Ruggs. I had Jeudy. I didn't have Jeudy. I had Lamb going there, and Ruggs going to the Jets. So I'm switching on that one and going Ruggs to the Raiders. 49ers, I have
Jeudy
going to.
I actually think this is the highest percentage chance of a team trading their pick, for the record, whether it be to the Eagles. Because I think they know this is where the third wide receiver could go, and if it doesn't, they'll go to the Broncos. So I actually think they'll move the pick. But assuming we're not doing trade
for the pick, to trade the pick away, John Lynch style.
So I mean, I would think the thing that would make the most sense would probably be the Eagles to sneak in there and grab Jeudy. But if we're not doing that, well, I'll stick with the 49ers, who God, I bet they're really wishing that one of the other two fell, to be honest. But yeah, that's fine with me. I would think that they would maybe take a shot on the doubling down on their defense, since that seems to be what's working for them. Maybe Kinlaw or CJ Henderson, but you guys
wouldn't be the worst pick, or Kinlaw in my opinion, or Chasen because you lost, or I'm sorry, Kinlaw because you lost Armstead. So Kinlaw can be able to kind of jump right in there. How crazy would it be for them not to draft Jeudy, nor does Tampa Bay, nor does Denver, and then Atlanta takes 3 Alabama wide receivers and they said, bring them all on. We'll take
I don't think the top 3 wide receivers survive Denver. I think Denver's the firewall for that, but
I think you guys already said defense.
I've already gotten outvoted here, right? Jeudy?
No, I think you convinced me to go defense to 49ers.
Yeah, I think maybe. What do you think, Kinlaw?
Yeah, I think they're going Kinlaw or Henderson now because it makes so much sense to go defense.
Yeah, he lost Armstead, and that's how you won last year. You didn't win with Emmanuel Sanders and Dante Pettis and Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dante really let me down. Who do you want, Matt? You get to pick between Henderson and Kinlaw.
I say Kinlaw.
Kinlaw to the 49ers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's give them Jerry Jeudy. Yes, let's go bonkers.
That would be too much.
We're going to put up 50 points on y'all every week.
I think it'll be boring. Austin Jackson, another offensive tackle off the board.
Give me Mekhi Becton.
Becton is still available though.
Oh, I thought we sent back. Oh, Becton didn't go to the Jets. Yeah,
like,
Becton for sure.
Josh Jones bringing up the offensive tackle from fucking Houston or wherever. No,
and I've even seen people.
If Becton is sitting there at 14, there could be a feeding frenzy for this pick too in trade.
Though Tampa Bay had one of the top 5 offensive lines compared for PFF last year. Like, maybe they don't. Maybe they go defense.
Strength on strength. It's really. Like, speaking from a Cowboys angle, keep drafting offensive linemen high. It'll pay off. Even when you have a subpar team, it can keep you at around 8-8 by just having a bonkers good. Like, Darren McFadden looked amazing for the Cowboys for a little while.
Yeah.
Joseph Randall looked good. Like, they could put any running back behind there, and he'd like, just run through these holes that look like parting of the Red Sea.
Agreed, but don't you think Tom Brady, as much as he does want to be protected, might also think, okay, I came from a team that strived on defense. Make our defense better. We have Vita Vea, and that's about it. Like, go get they got Devin Bush, I guess, but
don't they?
Devin White, Bush, whatever one's there. I don't know. I would be surprised if they didn't get defense, in my opinion. Tampa Bay's got to improve their defense. Their offense seems pretty okay right now.
Matt?
I still think they go offensive line. This is literally based on if there's been 200 mock drafts that I've seen, they've taken offensive line in 185 of them. And I mean, there's not too many teams you could say that about. So that's honestly why I'm leaning the direction I am. There must be a reason for it. People think that that's the reason they're going to go, and they'll be one available.
One guy said it, and then everyone else started to listen to it.
Could have been. Hey, it's a boring thing to do. I think a trade for them makes the most sense. But it's funny the pick. I actually want to change San Francisco to C.J. Henderson at this point because I'm like convincing myself that's a better fit. But yeah, I don't know. I think they take Becton if he's sitting here.
The early pick any Tom Brady team has ever had right here.
Dane Brugler, who is the guy I trust the most on draft stuff, who writes for The Athletic now, he had them trading up for Becton to the Jaguars. So we're going Becton. Broncos, we've been talking wide receiver. Can they pass on Jerry Jeudy if he's here?
Not at all.
That would be great. That would be great.
And here, if he falls, there's no way they're not picking C.J. Henderson the Falcons. There's just no way they can pass on that.
Yeah, I agree. He's the guy.
And here, this is the fun one because these are literally the only 2 guys left that the Cowboys are talking about on for Clayvon Chason and McKinney.
Scroll your thing down because I guarantee they don't get either of them.
I think they take Chase on.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I think so too. Because they want to move over to a 3-4.
I honestly don't think that they end up getting either of those guys. I think they're just too high marked up right now. I guess if I had to pick, I would say they end up getting cornerback, and it seems like who's top guy at this point, like AJ Terrell, Jalen Johnson, Jeff Gladney. I don't know. If you guys both think Chasen, then just grab him. I don't know. It's too hard for me to predict what Dallas will end up doing. I didn't predict them to get Vander Bosch. I didn't predict them to get any of the
Vander Esch.
Oh, okay, sorry. Bish, Bosch, Boosh, Bish, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The Wolf Hunter.
He's the man, dude. I fucking loved him. But I don't know.
But the thing is they're moving over to a 3-4 defense, and that's why they're picking him to be a edge rusher a la Von Miller, that type, and have Smith on the other side if Vander Esch can stay healthy too with his neck injuries. I think they're going Clayvon.
They have to help their secondary. By the way, just get Chasen, but I'm just Chasen, but they're going to help their secondary, and I don't.
Yeah. They're getting cornerback help in this draft.
It'll be cornerback early, in my opinion.
Miami's second pick. I have them taking. What do I have them taking, guys?
Josh Jones.
Jones.
I know everyone wants them to wait till 26 to get a running back, but I don't think they will. I think they go pay up for DeAndre Swift. Gurley went about this time when he went out. Another Georgia running back. Give me Swift.
I don't think they have to worry about him going before the 26 is the only thing where the offensive tackles will probably bleed to death before then.
And that's why everyone thinks 20, but I just don't know if they're going to wait because then I don't know if they're in love with Dobbins or Taylor as much. So if he ends up going randomly, then they're going to be kind of screwed out. So I think they just pay up for Swift right now. Though it would be like the earliest a running back has gone since fucking Todd Gurley. I'm pretty sure.
And I'm gonna go with DeAndre Swift as well because I think he changes so much for that offense and helps.
I definitely think you should go there. I would have definitely had him going 26.
And every mock
there, but I'm fine with that.
But if we're putting day before the draft predictions out there, I'll put it out for 18.
Sounds good.
Las Vegas Raiders.
So they went receiver first, right? Who did we
get?
We had receiver with where the crap is he? Henry Ruggs III.
Yeah.
I have them getting a cornerback with AJ Terrell here.
Yeah, I actually like that. I like Terrell to them.
Oh, I do not like that, but all right.
Why didn't you like that?
2 against 1.
I don't know. I don't think AJ Terrell is this highly ranked. There's both the cornerbacks behind him. I'll take over him. He looked okay, but he didn't look amazing in my opinion. I'd rather have Gladney. I'd rather have Johnson easily. I think they end up getting Patrick Queen. I think that's going to be the guy they end up going after. They need another Khalil Mack type player. Patrick Queen is absolutely phenomenal. If he doesn't go here, he's going to end up going to New England, and it's going to be terrible for the world.
You're wrong, because they're going to pass on him too, and he's going to drop all the way to 30.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's the case, then I honestly think they go linebacker.
Positive thoughts, everybody. Patrick Queen to 30. Let's go,
dude. Him and Kenneth Murray are studs in this draft.
There's not too many people I would want the Packers to bother trading up for because we have a lot of like 5th and 6th. I think Patrick Queen's a guy where if he slips a little bit, they try to invest some of those later round picks and try to move up and grab him.
Yeah. But AJ Terrell to Las Vegas.
Yep.
Jacksonville Jaguars again. There's so many like duplicate picks.
By the way, real quick, Las Vegas's defense next year, if they get AJ Terrell and they bring back Jonathan Abram, who was their 2nd round pick last year, who was out in preseason, coming back, they're gonna have a fucking good defense. I promise you. I don't know what their offense is gonna be like. Probably poop, but the defense will be pretty good.
I'm not totally out on them being terrible, but I think that who did we pick to? We had Derek Brown going to the Jacksonville Jaguars earlier. I think they're going offensive line here with Josh Jones.
The Jags, actually, I would think they're going to try to replace what they've lost at corner. Maybe Trevon Diggs. But the only thing is I don't know how to nail down who they're going to, because there's a few people here. Christian Fulton would be fine.
Rodney is left. If you're going cornerback.
Yeah, I would say one of those 3, and I honestly I don't even have a preference among them.
I think
I have Jones or Jefferson for me.
I think they go Jordan Love here, first and foremost. Second and foremost, I think they just released Marquise Lee. I think they got Dede and Shark, but wouldn't be surprised to see Justin Jefferson go here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Denzel Mims go here. I do think that they have to replace cornerback position. And if they don't do that in the first pick of the first round, they absolutely will have to do that in the spit. So it's between Gladney, Jalen Johnson, Christian Fulton. In my opinion, Jalen Johnson's the best of them. Christian Fulton's right behind. Gladney's right after. Any 3 will be just fine. Travion Diggs, I think, is below all 3 of them. I think he's going to be a mid-second rounder. But any of those cornerbacks, I think it has to be a cornerback. If you had to ask me, give me Jalen Johnson, then Fulton, then Gladney. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So, Matt, if it seems like I'm being outvoted on cornerback, if you're saying Johnson and I'm saying Gladney, who do you pick?
Pick one. We got 7 minutes to go. 6
I don't know. Probably Gladney.
Gladney. That's Gladney to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eagles. Jefferson just fell to them.
Yeah, so, Jefferson's easy.
Jefferson or Mims, but yeah, Jefferson for this.
Again, another guy I really wish would fall to Green Bay, but it won't.
For the
maybe
Minnesota Vikings, I had a cornerback. They need a cornerback as well, in my opinion. Or a wide receiver with Diggs leaving. So here it's either going with what's his name, Jalen Johnson or Mims.
I have him on mine. I haven't taken Fulton. Again, I think cornerback will be the way they do go. So again, we're in this area of the draft where between picking who's there, I'm not necessarily sold on. I do have Fulton, but I do think they would go corner. But yeah, I think Mims is a fine pick too.
How do you feel about the corners? You had Who did you have above? Did you have Fulton or you had Johnson really high, right, Nick?
Jalen Johnson's unbelievable. Him and Christian Fulton are both right there. I would put Johnson over him. I think this pick is going to be Yetur Gross-Matos, but in regards to what y'all are talking about, yes, I think they would go Jalen Johnson over Christian Fulton.
Same here.
But
no.
Christian Fulton is very good. And whoever gets Christian Fulton, you have a hell of a pick if you're getting him this late. He probably should be a top 20 pick. Same with Jalen Johnson, in my opinion.
23. Does anyone think that the Patriots would not take Jordan Love? Or I think that seems to be their spot.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if he doesn't go earlier, right?
I disagree. I think you guys are both wrong. I think they're going to wait to get a quarterback. I don't think they like Jordan Love. I don't think that fits the New England style. I think what has been mentioned before is the Jake Fromm, but honestly, I always had predicted, and I still predict Jacob Eason going there. Big arm. He's going to let it fly it out. I think Eason will end up going there later. This pick, I think they'll go again, Yetur Gross-Matos, but that's going to be their end. That's going to be, I think they go defense in this pick. You just don't see New England doesn't draft quarterbacks this early.
I'd be fine. You know what? The thing that they're probably going to do is someone's going to fall in this draft, and New England, and everyone's going to be like hoping that player falls to them. And no, Belichick's going to take them. There's going to be one player that falls, and they're going to just swoop in and grab him. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, though, it seems like you both like Jordan Love, and I would love to see it. Like, I would be happy-go-lucky if that happened.
I'm not surprised if they pick Marlon Davidson here. I think he's lowly ranked here, but I could see them doing that.
Marlon Davidson was better. He had Derek Brown right next to him.
Travis is saying best player available. He's talking about Epinesa. We're talking about Love and Gross-Matos.
Guaranteed.
Who do you want to go with? Nick, you get to make this pick. I feel like everybody has their own mind, and I've been mean to you in the other shows.
Oh, I love what you're mean to me, bro. That's my favorite. I think they go Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen, linebacker, LSU. The Saints are up, and I have them getting Patrick Queen. So thank you for that one.
I would say Jalen Reagor.
I think Denzel Mims, but wide receiver, regardless, it'd be Reagor or Mims. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Reagor is better than. Well, I do like Mims too. I do like Mims a little bit above Reagor, to be honest.
That'd be fine with that.
Any wide receiver is going to go there, and then they're going to have.
And then whoever doesn't get picked here gets picked by the Vikings.
The wide receiver because
we already went cornerback with them last pick, correct?
Yeah.
Because I think with these two picks, they go corner, wide receiver.
Yeah, and they wait on the wide receiver, in my opinion, because it's more of them.
Wait, the Vikings have a pick in the first round? Another one?
They have two.
Did I miss that? Who is the second one from? Why am I just can't think right now. Your guys. Oh wait, right here. So who is the second one from?
The
Bills. They have one from the Bills in the Diggs trade, which was the one from the God. And then the other one. So I think
that was embarrassing.
Forgot
about that.
No, it's fine. I think they go Jalen Reagor over Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, I also would agree with that. I'd be Ayuk. Daniel Jeremiah loves him, but he's just a little bit old for me. I did love Arizona State. I think Tony Dungy brought a lot out, Herm Edwards brought a lot of talent out of Eno Benjamin, Brandon Ayuk, whoever the quarterback was there. I can't remember right now, but I agree, Jalen Reagor.
And then we have again a Miami Dolphins pick, and we've already done a quarterback and a running back.
Yeah.
They have a bonkers good secondary.
Yeah.
Why not go a little bit more secondary?
Like Xavier McKinney?
There's no biggest safety. He's falling. I guarantee no safety gets drafted in the first round.
Who do you think they get here then? Josh Jones?
I would say Ezra Cleveland, Cesar Ruiz, or Josh Jones. They're going to go
actually, offensive line is really good pick, especially match him with a quarterback and a running back.
If Josh Jones is sitting there this late, I'd say they grab him. I don't think he's there.
Because there's four good safeties.
Yes, you do.
There's four good safeties in Winfield, Chin, Delpit, McKinney.
Well, here, you guys have him going Josh Jones, and you had him taking Swift in the first round or the last pick. I think they'll get the same 2 players picked in the opposite order.
Yeah.
I'm fine throwing Jones here. This is good.
Josh Jones. And then we have the Seattle Seahawks, who to me need some defensive help.
Gross Matos, throw them in there.
They are the wild card. We all would think any of these top 15 people, and what's going to end up happening, they're going to draft who's number 60 in this ranking right now. I'll guarantee whoever number 60 is, I can't see who it is, that's who the Seahawks are going to draft. Lloyd Cushenberry, excuse me, which by the way is one of the best last names known to man. I want to buy some weed called Cushenberry for sure. But anyways, they'll probably go Yator Gross Matos for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick here for them.
Honestly, it would be smart for them to get him or one of those offensive linemen. Seattle needs offensive line.
For the Ravens, I have either that they go offensive line or that they go linebacker. So either Kenneth Murray, you would even go
center?
Cleveland.
Center? I know a lot of people think that they might go Cesar Ruiz, take a center in the first round from Michigan.
That's not a bad one at all.
Yeah, Cesar Ruiz should probably be a first-round pick. But in my opinion, by the way, boys, Christian Fulton. They lose Jimmy Smith this year. Give me Christian Fulton to kind of mix up for that. He's way too good of a cornerback to fall out of the first round. Fulton will end up making it. But that's just me. Go with whatever you guys think.
Didn't we already pick him?
No, he's still there.
I would say if I'm going to flip a coin, I'd go Kenneth Murray only because it's like
either one.
It seems like a very Ravens thing to do.
And they just traded for a cornerback too. I'm down with picking a center here with Cesar Ruiz.
Fine.
We all three had Cesar Ruiz. It is. It's a good pick.
Tight ends. I have them going edge rush as well. It's getting a little light on edge rush right now.
Oh my God, I can't even say his name. AJ Espensa, is he still there? Espinesa? Is he still there? We pick him?
Yeah, AJ Epinesa.
I don't think he ends up going to the first round, but he should be. I wouldn't have no problem with them going with him. Zach Bond, in my opinion, is a little bit better, but both of them Big Ten boys. They both know how to rush and get to the quarterback. So
every time we bring up an Iowa guy, Travis says in the chat, Iowa, and those hands up.
Okay.
I'd say Epinesa as well. I think I like him a little bit above Zach Bond.
Cool.
Especially with a name like that. AJ Epinesa, like that's just a great name. Matt, the stage is yours. Make your pick. Green Bay Packers.
Jefferson's gone, which is sad. I love Brandon Ayuk for us a lot. I just think that he can kind of be anywhere on the field. They had him run outside. They had him run in the slot. I think he's just perfect for Aaron Rodgers. So I think that if Rager's gone, if Jefferson's gone, if Mims is gone, I think this is my favorite guy on the board. I think that a lot of people thought we could go linebacker. I think that would only be if Queen somehow dropped to us. Maybe Kenneth Murray, but yeah, I would think Brandon Ayuk is the pick that they should go with if he's sitting there at 30 and the other 3 have already gone.
And I trust you completely. Nick?
I disagree. I think wide receiver position is way too deep this year. Donovan Peoples-Jones in the second round will be a better fit and a better wide receiver in the long run. He's younger. He has better athletic talents. He's got better attributes. He just had a worse quarterback. Donovan Peoples-Jones is the perfect fit for Green Bay. He will be an absolute stud. I guarantee it. And that is why they get Kenneth Murray. But that's just me.
Hold on. Did you just say hold on? I thought Kenneth Murray was gone.
No, he's there.
Oh,
Kenneth Murray is here. Yeah.
They absolutely go Kenneth Murray.
I don't know if you heard in my thing. I thought that those 2 were gone.
If not him, Zach Bond, by the way.
Kenneth Murray is there. Kenneth Murray. Yeah. I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone for some reason. If Queen or Murray fall, I think they should go that direction.
And here Brandon Ayuk goes because we did not pick a wide receiver for the 49ers.
Yes, I agree.
We put fucking Kinlaw.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty happy with that.
I'm
that one, boys. Now they're sitting here with Brandon Ayuk. Come on.
All right. Well, last pick of the draft. Why don't we pick something fun here? Cesar Ruiz. Let's go. No, he's already gone.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, by the way, is what
now with JK still on the board, though.
Guaranteed.
This guy,
JK and Taylor on the board.
How do you pronounce Stranad?
Stranad.
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 Looks like Strand. Jake Driscoll. That's a good name.
Is that brothers with Jeff?
That's what I was thinking. That's the only reason it like stuck out to me.
They got to go secondary. They're going to be the ones to get a safety. Whatever safety I think is best, probably Antoine Winfield Jr. because that's who I think is best. So that's my guess.
I think they're going to trade.
They lost Eric Flowers, didn't they? Ezra Cleveland might be the guy here.
For the record, I think they're going to trade out for this one.
Hey, for 1 second. I know I tried to pick him much earlier. Did Christian Fulton even get drafted?
Not in the first round.
Shit, I think if he's sitting there, they go him.
Because they also lost. Didn't they lose? Who's the cornerback that went back to Washington?
Shit.
He's got like 2 brothers in the NFL, or had Fuller.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if he's still sitting there, this is where he'd go.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm with y'all on that one.
Yep.
Great pick. Well, finalizing your draft.
Good job, team.
Let's break this down real quick before
with no trades. We see NFL. We made it happen, nice and neat. My only regret is I think that San Francisco probably should have gone corner.
My only regret is I only have one life to give for my country.
You had a better answer than me.
We have Joe Burrow going 1, Chase Young 2, Okuda 3, Wills 4, Tua 5. We're all pretty comfortable with those. Herbert, Simmons, Worth, Brown, Thomas. I feel like we're pretty good there too. We were kind of on par with each other in the first 10. CeeDee Lamb, Ruggs. Here's where we started disagreeing a little bit with Kinlaw. What did you say, Matt? What did you want here instead?
I mean, we can't. It's too late.
It is too late, but you can still.
I don't know what I think. I might have gone corner there, and went with CJ Henderson.
If you pass on Jerry Jeudy and he becomes the next Julio Jones, and you're in the same division.
Oh no, me! I think they're 1,000% trading this pick. I think like Philadelphia. I think there'll be someone that will want to get one of those top 3 wide receivers because I know San Francisco could use them, but other people need them like badly.
Yeah, I think Philadelphia might trade up here.
There's no way they just traded and paid for Slay. There's no way they're trading even more. I'm telling you, boys.
They like to do random shit.
You guys think these people are going to trade up for these wide receivers? There's 852 wide receivers in this draft.
There's 3 very, very good ones above the rest, though.
Are they? If Jeudy has that knee injury, all of a sudden does Justin Jefferson become a little bit better than him? Does Jeudy get? I
do love Justin Jefferson. I do. Yeah, Judy's interesting. I think Jeudy wouldn't be the guy they necessarily want to trade up for, to be honest. Though.
Agreed.
I would. But I also thought that Judy's going to go to the Raiders. We'll see if the knee changes that, but I would think that CD CD would probably go first. I think that Ruggs is probably the guy that Philly would end up trading for.
And then we have Becton going 14 to Tampa. I think that's a great pick. Judy to the Broncos at 15. Henderson, cornerback, going to Falcons. I think they would love that pick. Chason to the Cowboys. Swift to the Dolphins. AJ Terrell, cornerback, to the Raiders. Jeff Gladney, cornerback, to the Jaguars. Justin Jefferson to the Eagles. Jalen Johnson to the Vikings. Patrick Queen to the Patriots. Mims to the Saints. Rager to the Vikings. Josh Jones to the Dolphins. Gross Matos to the Seattle Seahawks. Cesar Ruiz to the Ravens. Epinesa to the Titans. Kenneth Murray, linebacker, to Green Bay. Ayuk to San Francisco, and Christian Fulton, cornerback, to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm pretty darn happy with this one.
Pretty fucking good first round, if I have to say so myself. I think we get at least 12 of these correct, which is improbable in any mock draft known to man.
Who's your lock of the draft outside of the top 15? If you had to say, who would you, if you had to lock someone in?
Justin Jefferson to the Eagles, lock it in.
I was going to say that too, or AJ Terrell to the Raiders.
To the Dolphins, maybe not at 18, but either way.
I'm locking in Clavon Chase into the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm super confident about that one, to be honest.
They're getting a cornerback.
Not in the first round. I think if Chase on is there, they're going Chase on.
The Miami Dolphins hold all the cards. They can mess with everybody. It's whatever Miami feels like doing. They can literally pick any player they want. They have all the picks.
They sure do. And you know what we don't have? We don't have any more picks because we are done. Thank you so much, guys, for a fantastic mock draft. And thank you, everybody, for joining us here today. It's been great having you on live, and fantastic, everybody who's listening in on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you listen in afterwards. Check out more on anchor.com/fantasy rabbit hole to figure out more where you can find us. You can check us out on YouTube as well. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so. Rate us and subscribe. And we will talk to you again next week. So signing off for the Fantasy Rabbit Hole is Nick Faber, Matt Williams, and CSD Fantasy. See you all next time.
Peace.